Welcome to episode 16 of the Mainly Golf Show. I am Twig, it says it there, joined by Hep and Marv, the Sticky Bandits. We're here to preview, God, I don't know where we're on this week. The Rocket Loans, Quicken Loans, Rocket Mortgage.
Rocket
It's
Mortgage,
on
mate.
piss poor second rate. Like, I'm sorry, they've diversified the tour. They made the
Is it
stupid
fucking
decision.
Wonga loans or something?
Fucking Amigo Finance. Yeah. What was the other one? Mount Payday. Paddy
Like,
Payday.
Payday UK.
God, yeah, that's a podcast for another time. But anyway, it's preview this week's golf offerings and look back. We'll start off by looking at another monumental week for the world number one, Scottie Scheffler. He made it 6 wins in 10 appearances by scoring I'd say pretty convincingly. Tom Kim made a bit of a bollocks of the first hole of a playoff last week. And yeah, Scottie Scheffler's just a winning machine as kind of the stats have pointed towards for 12 months now. Yeah. And is he now on a par with Tiger?
I said it a few weeks ago. Do you guys agree with me yet? I think he's playing better competition than Tiger was playing. His stats are just as good, if not better, against that better competition. And yeah, what was Tiger? Did he win 9 in a season? I think I saw was the max on one of the.
I think 2000, maybe 2001. Marv might be able to confirm. He won about 8 in 2007 as well.
Yeah, I think there was a graphic that said his
There was
most
a
wins of
stat
the season
saying
was
no
him and
golfer,
PGA.
no golfer has won 6 tournaments before July since Arnold Palmer in 1962.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know how much we'll see him now until the Open, and yeah, then you got the FedEx, so maybe he won't have enough to hit that. But yeah, Tiger's most was 9 in 2000. Um,
Thank you.
but in between those ones, he's had 2 seconds, time out in jail, and yeah, missed the cut at the US Open, didn't he? But yeah, he's just. I'm just annoyed I didn't have the forecast again this week.
Yeah, you did have Tom Kim. I think had put Tom Kim put 50 to 1. Quarter the odds first. I think he might have said a fifth of the odds first 8. So we'll take it as a 10 point profit regardless. Marv Scheffler. I mean, he was good this week, and you Tom Kim, he won it and lost it, right? He made a 10 footer for birdie 18 to force a playoff, and then from 111 yards, stuck it into the bunker and was plumped. Um, Great shot, Tom. Um, but for me, this week, just anything just sparked such a contrast to the week before, right? A proper tournament. Say proper tournament, right? What was it this week? Scotty and Tom, did they post 21 under? Was it 20 under? I think it's
22.
21.
Yeah, whatever.
But last week, Bryson won with 7 under tough conditions. But more importantly, Bryson had that personality that you didn't really see. Tom Kim's got a bit of a following, right? A bit of a cut-like figure, especially amongst the Korean contingent. But is it just me being harsh, or is the toe struggling?
Yeah, it's one way of looking at it because even though Sheffield, the 4 rounds, 265, 264s, as consistent, as efficient
Easy
as you
game.
can be, that who's really challenging him week in, week out on the PGA Tour? He's beating Tom Kim in a playoff, or Tom Hoge is finishing tied third. The big names are just, I think, failing to really put it to Sheffield as well as Sheffield's playing. And from everything that Hep said, you can't knock it. You can't knock what Sheffield's doing. But where are the other big names on the PGA Tour? It feels a bit like they're just cashing in. Forget it. Yeah, Sheffield will win, but I'm still pocketing easy money every week. And at the moment, as you say, the odd player like Bryson, who could put it up to Scheffler, who could then bring out a bit more of Scheffler. Scheffler just turning up easy game, just business done, back to church sort of thing. It's like, yeah,
Fair play.
when it, credit Scheffler. As we said, signature event, major signature event. I didn't think any of the top names would give a shit this week. I thought they'd just
You can
think
swear we don't monetize. It's fine.
so. But credit to Scheffler, he got the job done again. Another W. It seems like he's just toying with him a bit as well because he hasn't won any of these by
Mm.
4 or 5 shots. Maybe he won one of them. I can't really remember, but a lot of them seem to be by like one shot.
And just if someone came up to him and equaled his score with 4 to go, he'd just pull ahead again. He just plays middle of the green, and they fall away. And as we've said before, yeah, they just he forces players in to make errors, just with his sort of name value out there on the top of the leaderboard.
At one point yesterday, there were five players tied on 19 under, and then I think Cantley bogeyed, I think 15 or 16, whatever was the par three. Tony Finau made a double, went in the water at the par three. I think it's 15. Um, Hoagie was coming from a mile back. He was never realistically going to win. And then you've got Tom Kim who made a birdie, but nobody has got in front of him. And to the point, you saw it at the Masters, right? In the was it the second round or the third round? He ended up he made that 30-footer for eagle, I think at 12. But he doesn't like it when he's behind and having to like scramble and almost like having to force the pace and go after it. Normally he plays quite conservative and he will get chances himself. We have not had one of these bigger names. And look at the Genesis Invitational, right? From 12 months ago when we're talking about Hideki shot 9 under and posted a score, and it was then the plays in behind had to really push on the back nine and weren't able to do it. I don't remember talking where Scheffler's got him because he's invariably like either in the lead or one behind, two behind. Nobody's posted a big score and has forced him to chase, which is not his game. And I don't know whether that's the effect he's having in terms of like the intimidation factor, which Tiger had, or just in terms of the tour. There's not a lot of players with a huge amount of bottle. Because if you look at and again, look at the lineup from yesterday in terms of the finish positions. Where's Xander? Against Cantley faded away. Finau made a double bogey. Rory needs time off because mental health reasons, mouth. And his mental health month still for June. And we send out lots of prayers for people struggling in their multi-millionaire mansions. But I mean, you look at Live Golf, right? Would you, apart from Bryson, is there anyone you think could come back and challenge? I mean, John Rahm's got his own issues out there at the minute.
John Rahm's got a lot of issues. Some anger management issues, that guy.
He might be
he
buying
said
himself out of his
he said he
contract
just not
pretty
needs
soon.
anger management. He's fine. He's controlled. Apart from Ram was the star name, right? Apart from Wacky Neiman's still young and inexperienced, right? Never won a major. Never really contended for a major. Is there anyone else bar Bryson that you think could come over and make a splash? Tyrrell Hatton maybe he won this week. I think within Houston this week for Live.
I maybe throw Cam Smith. I don't know
Cam
too much
Smith,
about Cam
yeah, yeah,
Smith,
yeah.
but
Yeah, I think it's Smith and Brooks, isn't it? But
he's
I mean, Smith doesn't seem to have done too much since going to Live, and Brooks gonna have his day, but it's not that consistent either.
So in theory, Scottie Scheffler all going well without, he's a very God-fearing Christian, providing the good Lord keeps him in good health and, um, nothing disastrous happens. He could be doing this for the next 15, 20 years. Doesn't look to me many flaws in his game. He doesn't need to be putting, a lot of pressure like someone like a JT who's got, 11 stone soaking wet on a good day, putting a lot of pressure on those hips. It looks a smooth swing. There's no real dramas there.
for me, it's getting to the point now that Scottie's he's only playing against himself.
Hmm.
He's kind of, oh, I've won 6 times. I've won all this money this season. Do you know what? I'll go again and I'll go again and beat my own record and chase down a Tiger record here and there. And it's whether he's got that motivation, as you say, if he keeps sound of his health. Because at the moment, certainly on the PGA Tour, you just don't see anybody anywhere near consistent. We know, well, Morikawa might be consistent, but
McIlroy.
his ass goes on. Yeah, McIlroy's just too much hit and miss.
I mean, he isn't.
Well, if he could start all in 2-foot putts, yeah, he might start winning tournaments.
Like, I mean, if you took Scheffler out this year,
But,
McIlroy has probably been
yeah,
a
look,
two-time winner on tour this year.
oh, absolutely. The Zurich Classic of New Orleans. Fucking hell. Seriously,
Count,
is he,
baby.
is he claiming that as a win?
I mean, Rory this season, right? He's that's the wrong stat. God, you have to show me around the he's played 14 events this year, 2 winners. He made the cut in all events. 12 of those 14 have been top 25s, and he's had 5 top 10s, including a runner-up at the US Open, obviously against Bryson. He was okay, 4 rounds. He did break 70 at the Masters. Anyway, top 12 at the PGA, but obviously won the Wells Fargo. The only tournaments he hasn't finished inside the top 25, Pebble Beach, where that was a mess due to the 3 rounds. Thank God Wyndham Clark sealed it when he did. The Heritage when he finished with a final round 74. And that's it. That's only 2 tournaments he's not finished inside the top 25. But you'd argue, as good as McIlroy is and as good as consistent as he is, he doesn't really have that killer instinct anymore, does he? And that's where him and Scheffler seem to.
Yeah, as you say, it's all good, well and good posting top 25s and top 10s or whatever, but are you there on a Sunday on a back nine to win a tournament? Don't
Made
really think
10 million this year, Marv.
But well, that just goes to show.
And he isn't getting divorced, so he's probably saved another 200.
Still time for that yet. I just think that's partly where the two is going. It's too many people are getting fat on top 10 finishes. I just want to see. Look, I just want to see McIlroy contend more.
What? So he loses?
No, but come on, go out there. Yeah, I know the amount of tournaments he's won, but for the natural talent that guy has got, he's probably got more natural talent than nearly every golfer on the planet. How I see it, he's literally got the pitch perfect swing. It's just that he just needs to sort of.
What Jeff Boycott would say, right? It's between the ears, his problem.
Yeah, and then
crusted between the ears.
The drive for show, putt for dough is a very age-old saying in golf, but that's what it comes down to. The amount of golf shots that you hit from 100 yards in.
And Marv, and that's the difference. Like last year, right? Scheffler hadn't won beyond April, and where they're looking like he's gaining 12 strokes, strokes gained, T degree 12 on the field, and he's still finishing like tied fifth and tied sixth. This year, he's actually got his putter working, and he's won 6 times in 10 tournaments, which is a phenomenal run. Given the fact again, he's been arrested, could have been serving a felony, and again, his missus has been very heavily pregnant. That ain't an easy time.
I suppose we are. Let's be honest. We're getting to the point where I was going to say we're trying to find excuses for people not being up to Scheffler's standard, which, let's be honest, at the moment, Scheffler's just so far clear compared to every other PGA Tour player. And it's as simple as that. And it probably means that we're not giving Scheffler enough praise.
And as the stats kind of pointed towards that Mr. Hep alluded to a few months ago. There is no Scheffler this week, however. A lot.
How many times has Hep tipped up Scheffler, by the way?
Not allowed.
Just once, I think, Hep.
Yeah, probably.
Why didn't you tip up the because I mean you backed the forecast in Morikawa, didn't you, 2 weeks ago?
I don't think I tipped up Morikawa that week either.
Portia doesn't listen to the podcast. She's not going to know you trousered $1,000. Don't worry. Yeah, we'd spend that money being cute.
Might have been spent last weekend, but and then
don't worry, NFL's back in 2.5 months.
Oh yes, bankrupt.
Yeah, might as well get a 7 parlay. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean you don't want to come on here and tip it up 7-2 shots, but the whole
just won't win a second. You know what I mean? I mean, to be fair, you did put Tom Kim up, and I think he traded as low as 2.06 after he'd hit that drive at the first playoff hole, and he's got it 40 yards beyond Scheffler. Right? He's gone 206 in running, and then inexperienced again. Scheffler played. If you watch the shot he made, he left it. I think he left himself at 145, 150. He put it beyond the flag. Tried to spin it back. He left it 15 feet for birdie. Tom Kim tried to attack. misjudged it, hit it right, fucked.
Who,
Just
who teed off first on that hole on the playoff hole?
Scheffler.
Do you think? Oh,
No, I think Tom. Yeah, Scheffler because he no, it was Tom Kim because he went first and smoked his drive, and Scheffler still teed off with 3-wood.
I'm going to say, do you think Scheffler cleverly thought, do you know what? I'm going to be the player who hits the shot into the green first, then try and put the pressure on Kim,
Potentially,
and
yeah,
then
because they were really surprised on Sky that he went with 3-wood, and as well as he knows how good he is from one, but you'll know the stats, right? Proximity under 150 yards. You know, Scheffler will invariably put it around 20 feet from there, 15, 20 feet, and then the pressure is on Tom, and he's still only 21, right? And they speak well of each other. Um, and there's no, they're probably too. Sheffield's probably too nice to him, right? Yeah, this fucking kid. Yeah, go on, have a go. Go on,
Yeah,
stick it.
a little bit.
You might as well stick it. Go on, bunker. Yeah. Another one bites the dust.
Just check.
Move Darling
Just
with a
the old
flush shot.
check raise.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ace King again. Fucking so predictable, you pal. So again, I wouldn't be surprised with him if he's done that, thinking he knows what he's like, and he just can't help himself. Russian blood to the head, right? He's just hold a big 10-footer at the last hole to get into a playoff, and protesters coming around and fucking just all stuff, all's going on. And Sheffield just stays quite calm, like an old pro. It's unbelievable to think I think he's 28. I think he turned 28 last week, and he's already like a 40-year-old. So
I think they might have said him and Tom Kim had the same birthday.
no, right, there you go then. Well,
How do they know each other reasonably well?
Yeah, I think
They were talking a lot. Like, the little bit I saw, they were
Tom.
talking.
Yeah, Scheffler said like they're good friends, and I think a lot of the more senior players have kind of looked after him because I think he moved over when he was young, and obviously the Korean boys all stick together, right? Sung Jae and SH Kim and what's the other one? Not KH Lee. There's a few of them, right? Also, but a few of the older American ones have kind of looked after him because he's very enthusiastic and he always talks how much he loves the game. He changed his name to Tom because I think Tom Lehman was his favorite player growing up as a kid, which is mental to me because I remember Tom Lehman when I was a kid 25 years ago, so before he was even born. But he's a nice lad. But yeah, there'll be no Tom Kim. Speaking of which, he's the favorite this week for the Rocket Mortgage Payday UK Quicken Loans National. Out in
Wonga's
Detroit.
gone bust. Classic.
I'll take my 40p in the pound, thank you. You can recoup anything.
40p? Fucking hell, like 5.
It was won last year by Ricky Fowler. Apparently, Magic Marv had a few quid on Richard here 12 months ago. He's not favourite this time round, however. Fowler's around the 40-1 shout. Tom Kim is standout 14-1 with Bet365. You were him last week. You've been a bit long time fan of him. Would you be partaking him at a skinny price this week?
I think if I was going to go for anyone at the top of the board, it would be him. But this is a bomb and gouge course, which is not really Tom's game. He's not that long off the tee. There's no danger on this course. I think there's a lot of grandstands and they put up a lot of advertising boards. If I remember rightly, you can basically just drive it into and get a free relief.
It's a shit ton, and if you're like a purist and have really enjoyed something like the US Open, which is a really tough test, the Masters is a tough test, and then these I think Fowler won with 26 under last year. It's just I
before
get
that you got
I don't know.
Finau, one of the longest on tour, and then before that Cameron Davis, and then before that Bryson. So yeah, it's just smash it as far as you can. And
would you say the Americans did they like these birdie fests? I think in Europe, right? I mean, the Italian Open this week is a tough course. I think it's the one they played the Ryder Cup at. And it's tight fairways and there's water in play, and you have to find fairways and you have to find greens. In America, right, for these lesser events, they just make it, wider than your waistline. You can't miss.
Thank you.
Fairways big.
Yeah, I
you're
think
44 inches. You know what I mean, Mal?
I think the casuals do like it. Like I think for the ratings that get bounded about, as long as if nobody's there, if you don't have your Schefflers and your Rorys and people, then people would rather tune in for a birdie fest than to watch the B-rate golfers struggle to a par score. So yeah, I mean, I don't particularly like them. I'd prefer it to be single digits under par winners.
And you said Tom Kim. So Tom Kim would be your
Yeah, I'd have him over Cam Young or Mimuli or Batia or Noren if I was going to spend my points at the top of the board. But I think I'm going to go only slightly more than that to Steven Yeager at 30s. He's got quite a good course history here.
He's not going to win, though, is he? He's not going to win.
He already won. He didn't have Scheffler to be this time, but he came 9th last year, 5th the year before.
We know why
that.
Scottie Scheffler did not win that tournament, and you're looking at him.
He's long enough off the tee, 27th on tour. So yeah, first pick I'll go Steven Yeager at 30 to 1 on 365. And I'm struggling with the second one. I am struggling with the second one. I think I'm going to go Kevin Hewitt, 80s on Sky Bet. Bit of a non-putter, but hopefully you don't really need that around here. He's 5th off the tee and 16th approach for the season, so not a bad price for Kevin Hewitt at 80 to 1 will be my second pick.
I have never, ever heard of that guy.
From Chinese Taipei, Marv. If you don't know the Taipei golfers.
Kevin Hewitt.
You!
Marv, how much golf did you watch this past week?
I saw a couple of shots on Twitter. That was about it.
Any trolling or?
Oh, there's so much
Well, 83 followers now, I noticed. Well done.
McIlroy trackers have gone into hiding after last week. So, speaking of McIlroy, I thought he'd be turning up this week because it'd potentially be a tournament he could win. So I was. You know, I would if McIlroy had turned up this week, I'd have been all on 5-point win. But you've let me down again, McIlroy, haven't you?
Horror.
My first pick again, no real conviction. Whenever do I have any real conviction?
That's not the selling point, right?
No,
it's up to people, and it's going to be like it's supposed to be convincing. This guy knows his stuff.
Okay, look, okay. Taylor Moore, he finished 6th 2 years ago, and last year he finished tied 4th. Now he's trending in the right direction. The guy's an absolute stud. He's ready to win on the tour. Get your dosh on, Najee. Get on Taylor Moore. Large.
Second pick.
Where else can the ping go?
Nige and those they're struggling. They got back from Benidorm yesterday.
I'm as a bit of a feel good story.
No brawls this time though, Hep. So I'll be close.
He's behaved themselves. Good boys.
I'm Gary Woodland has had a
fucking Gary Woodland. Man. I'm sorry.
What odds we gave Gary Woodland?
He's had a tough year.
He's had a tough 5 years. How did he win the US Open? Really, no idea.
So I think there's a golfer in there. Is he going to make the full comeback at some point? I don't know, but.
Hey,
he's 150s.
Oasis network's just spiked. Hey,
and
never mind Gary Woodland.
So I'm going to throw Gary Woodland as a very long outsider, big outsider, long outsider at 150s. Otherwise it'd be picking something like Matt Kuchar and Ches Reavie and. Been down that fucking road before, so Gary Woodland is my second heart over head. Is that right? Yeah. Selection.
There are loads of these where you could argue a case for it. It's just when it's so wide open and you're just basically hoping somebody falls good at it. It's like backing a horse, right? That's could tumble down the handicap. Thinking, well, it's well treated now if he gets his conditions.
Yeah,
Marv, off air, Marv mentioned Charlie Cheesecake. Charlie Hoff. Thanks, Charlie Cheesecake. Charlie Hoffman, 150 to 1 with Sky, but unlucky to lose in a playoff to Nick Taylor when he stiffed his second, I think, in the first playoff hole. But a load of these, like
It,
Nate
Char-
Lashley won this about 5 years ago, right? Played well, 125 to 1. Marv, what you saying?
Charlie Hoffman will probably be leading the tournament after 27 holes,
I
but
was
will
going
have
to say
missed. But will have
36.
missed. But after 36, he'll have missed the cut. He's just he has some very strange run of holes. Really, be flying and then where the fuck's he gone? Oh, he's gone home for the weekend. All right, yeah.
Luke List is 100 to 1, right? He's already a winner on tour this year. So it's Jake Knapp, 125 to 1. Thorbjorn Olsen, two-time winner on the DP World Tour already this year. He's 66s. Daniel Berger, who got beat by Spieth. What was it last week? I can't remember the name of the top. Was it Travelers last week?
Yeah.
They kept showing the bunker shot right that Spieth made to beat Berger. There's loads of these where you can argue on a going day. I'm going to take a chance on not Chris Kerr. I do love Chris Kerr, but we're not going to put him up. I've never liked him. Will Zalatoris 33 to 1. I cannot comprehend it. He is last year he basically was in contention for all 4 majors at some stage. His putting's his weakness, right? Happy he's gone to the belly putter. Oh, they don't call it the belly putter. It's the what's it called, Marv? The arch, the
Long-handed put. I'm not quite sure what they call it
I
now.
can't remember the name. I'll search off it. But it's that one where you ground the putter and it's a weird action, but he's yeah, his technique last year was flawless, and there's nothing on him. But from a strokes game perspective, he was brilliant last year. And again, looking through his form, he went through a purple patch in February. He's come back. I think he's still got back problems, right? He missed more or less all either last season or the season before.
It's to get it, Jim.
Don't we all? I mean, the fact that Will Zalatoris is a bigger price than Maverick Matt Really, I'm sorry, but he's double the price of Alex Noren. On a going day, Will Zalatoris is twice the Akshay Bhatia 18 to 1 for a golf tournament on the PGA Tour. Like, fuck it hell, lads. Come on. Cameron Young 14s. No. So
Cameron one who's never won a golf tournament. Is that right?
never won a golf tournament.
Correct.
He gets there on the snapper, then find it.
Love the second place.
So 3 points each way, Zalatoris at 33s, and we'll go 2 point. Do like Taylor Moore, we'll ignore him because the Magic won. Cam Davis won this a few years ago. I'm pretty sure, Hep, I was on him with you at the time as well. I think I might have had 25 each way at 40s. Those are the good old days. I think he's one of the top 10 longest on tour. Australian guy, can go streaky. 66 to 1, 70 to 1, 8 places, a 50 odds. So 3 points each way, Zalatoris at 33s, and 2 points each way on they called him the convict on the Aussie, Cam Davis at 70 to 1. Was it India Australia today in the cricket? Or am I imagining that?
No, India won. Aussies are basically out if Afghanistan beat
USA?
Bangladesh?
No, Bangladesh, that's it.
Man, shit, T20 cricket. Wait me with the 5-day stuff when Jimmy retires. So yeah, any thoughts on the good tour, the DP World Tour this week?
What about the web.com?
Rasmus Highland again. Rasmus should have won again last week. Like that man, I won't say he's a Cameron Young, but God, Rasmus, man, he was tied for the lead. He's matched it even money with 4 holes left and just 2 par 5s there. I think made a 5 and a 6. The DP World Tour is insane, man. With your history of trading and running of big sport events, you would make a fortune.
If I watched the actual golf.
Just lay everybody though. You don't back anyone, right?
Just wait for anyone gets anyway. Miko Cajon and 2-shot leads with 5 to play makes a double and then makes another bogey. Doesn't even make a playoff. I think he might have birdied 18 to get a share of the place money, but it's the swings you have on this tour is unbelievable because their asses all go when they go in it is phenomenal. You can have a guy leading with 3 holes to play and he misses out on the place money. It's brutal.
And you said this is the course where the Ryder Cup was played last year.
I think so, yeah. Was it in Rome?
Yeah.
tough
They have that
course
amazing, that 16 drivable par four over
with
a lot of
water
water.
everywhere.
Like anyone leading is going to go
Mm.
straight into that drink
Just,
or that
just
massive bunker they had to the left.
like Laurie Cantor is a guy who he fell in a tournament 3 weeks ago when they all fucked up. Jordan Smith is there every week and never wins. Bernd Wiesberg, another one, right? He's come from he's in live. Him and Patrick Reed are 12s and 16s this week. No chance. Absolutely no chance. And then Mav, people who you would have never heard of, right? Richard Mansell, Matthew Jordan, Alex Fitzpatrick, Matt's brother.
I've
Never
heard of
won on,
him.
yeah, never won on tour. Manacero, it's in Italy. Do you know who Johannes Veerman is? No,
That's German.
he's an American of Dutch origin. Won once about 4 years ago. Never won since. And then you're going into like 40, 50 to 1 territory. So we'll click this up in case I'm actually right. But I would throw so many darts on all these long shots. You can get 7 places with Paddy Power. Darius Vendrell, Dutchman, quite consistent. He's probably too big. You could argue someone like David Law, Scotsman. He's 90 to 1 with Hills, 100 365. He's very steady. Um, like Callum Shinkwin, 110 to I don't like Shinky. I think he's another one that he's either going to miss a cut or he's going to finish top 5. Michael Cahonen played very well last week. He's 125 to 1. He's probably too big. And then you look through Matt. You know how often I back a guy called Marcel Schneider.
I do. You do like the Schneider.
He was up there again. He was in the top 10 and then fucked off and finished tied 20th. But the thing is, on the tour, the way it seems to work on the DP World Tour, you could be up there like tied 4th, 5th, and then 2 bad holes like bogey, and you go to tie 20th. It's mental. So I'd throw loads of darts this week at long shots because I don't fancy Patrick Reed. And I don't fancy Bernd Wiesberger. Happy with DK? Hey, what did your DK do last week?
Oh, we just split the same teams. So there was no $3 tourney, but there was a 6. So I basically, those teams I entered, we just split them.
Yeah, I'm asking how they did.
Oh, money back.
Take it.
Standard. Probably lost 20% standard DK a week.
Eddie Pepperell as well, 200 to 1. Eddie Pepperell, this is an Eddie Pep course. British Masters winner a few years ago. He's another one. Probably, never mind the big. You talk about custard between the ears. He's probably got too much between the ears. He reads a lot of the Guardians. Eddie Pepperell, always very worrying for a young man in his early 30s. But
I'll double him up with Tom Kim.
loads of darts. Have you got any thoughts on the election? Do you need to get on anything?
Not with any insider knowledge like
That's a very, very red leaf. Fucking nutty.
Yeah. Labour mainly golf footy. But
Well,
I know
we're
Tories
completely
like
fucked out.
insider information, but I
That's
don't have any of that to give
so
you.
bad that it's just such a bad for the gambling industry. It's so bad. Makes it like, hey, just
It's
bet
just
on
all. It just sums up the Tory corruption, doesn't it? Just anything they can use their own little bit of power to make £500 for themselves.
to make so. I wouldn't mind if you got like $2,000 on at 5. It's like
Yeah,
fair
exactly.
enough. To make 500 quid, like fucking hell.
If you're gonna insider trade, do it. Just tell your fucking mates to do it. Don't just do it yourself, you fucking idiot.
Like Paqueta, right? The West Ham player, got all these mates on him, getting booked. Message all his mates back up. Yeah, these silly cunts here. They offer prize. So he just goes around in the 68th minute, just trying to like 2 foot everyone. I do this weekly column with Dave Chisholm. He won the Euro Tour event this week in Leverkusen. What do you fancy? He goes, well, you know what, Jack? He's got a very strong St. Helens accent. He doesn't sound like that. Because the thing about me is, I hate it when I'm on late in the afternoon because I want to get up, play my game, and fuck off back to bed. So my game on Saturday is 3:30. Perfect. So I arrive about 1 o'clock in the morning. I get like 10 hours sleep. I go and have a big breakfast, big fry up, practice for a couple of hours. I go play. Beautiful. And then guess what? Play, and then straight, whether I win or lose, I go to the bar. He won that game. Perfect. Went straight to the bar for like 5, 6 o'clock, 7, 8 pints, and then kebab in bed for 11. Beautiful. back out
Oh,
playing
that's
again.
a happy chit.
The diet of an athlete, right? And then played again in the afternoon about 12, 1 o'clock. Then in the evening, played at 8, and then he won the final, say 8-6. So I mean, that is the different kind of insider information. Whereas, well, to be honest, I just the format suits me. That's how it should be, right? Rather than going, well, Richie's going to call the election for the 4th of July, and these idiots here at Ladbrokes are offering it there at 4-5 to 1.
We'll
How
never
should we get
catch us.
on? Whereas Marv would have been hitting like every shop in London. 200 there, 200 there. Remember, I think last time he did was it Q card at Cheltenham? Money back if Q card in
It's
the
up the
article.
oh yeah, I think 2012 Sprinter Sacre, money back if Sprinter Sacre wins something
Yeah,
like
that
that.
was it. Q card, was it wishful thinking on Minor or something? Everything was covered.
Oh, just guaranteed. Yeah, there was.
Yeah. These Tories, they just wanted to make a quick buck, and then they weren't willing to put the effort in of actually trying to chop it off at every shot possible.
No, there's that privilege, isn't it? They just use that insider information to gain on stocks and shares and gambling and all this bullshit. But yeah,
Wait a minute, don't you try and like get extra information to like help your portfolio have?
I don't have any insider information. I wish I did. I'd try and use
I
it.
thought you were part of the XRP army.
He wouldn't have bought XRP if he had inside information.
I'm just happy that we've had there's actually a little bit of a spike going up
Up
for the first
10%
time in
in
about
3
4
years,
weeks.
Marv.
What is it not gone down another 10% in the last hour?
Well, Oasis Network is up 0.55% today, so we'll take that. Jesus Christ, it's been a bad one.
Yeah, you
Have
bought the
a look
peak
at the
like an
stats,
idiot.
and Jesus Christ, why did you guys talk me to this 3.5 months ago? Fucking hell.
In another 3.5 months, you might be saying something different.
Yeah.
So in another 3.5 months, I'll be flogging Christmas jumpers, and
I'm
then
saying
there will be turkey for
it's
Christmas.
6.5 months, 7 months into this.
You just set me bald. Anyway,
Just keep going, Twig. Keep going. It'll turn around
hold.
sometimes.
Just
system going well. Send more money. Right. Anyway, that's been us. It's a shitter of an event this week. The Payday UK Quick Quiz,
Payday
the
UK.
Nego Loans National. If you're punting with anyone this week, avoid the favourites. Have a look at double figure price, and please do
Bombers.
gamble responsibly. I've been Twig, he's been Hep, and he has been Marv, and we will see you all next week. Number 17, Hep's birthday, lucky number. I'll have a winner for you then. Bye bye.
Fucking John Deere.